Hi there, we are here to announce the winners of the ultimate zero budget upcycle fashion design contest.
Oh my gosh.
I challenged my friends to come up with the best ideas for how to upcycle these garments. And this is a contest where the best idea, not the best sketch, wins. So anybody could be the winner. And what do they win, you ask? I'm so glad you asked that question. We'll be picking two winners today. The ultimate winner, chosen by our judges, and your favorite. And the ultimate winner is going to get the outfit that they designed, sewn together by yours truly in their size. And the audience favorite, the one that you picked, will get the outfit they dreamed up, made by yours truly out of whatever's left of these garments and or more fabulous things that I have in my garage. I have to say the entries are so good this time. I really wish I could sew them all up and we could see what they look like for real and then decide. But unfortunately, my time is finite. There will be a tutorial about the winning piece so that you, yes, this is why I asked you to vote, so that you can have things that you want to make. The judges are friends of mine, the mentors and sewing instructors and people that are leaders in the fashion design industry and teach sewing classes. So you will learn so much today about what good design is. And if you're new to upcycling, this will really, really help you wrap your brain around a lot of key points about how to choose upcycling projects that are really going to give you a lot of mileage and really work for your wardrobe. For each of the categories we're judging in, there'll be a winner who will go into our Hall of Fame. So it's an honorary title that goes, looks great on your resume, right? No more muss, no more fuss. Let's see what the judges have to say about our first category, waste not, want not. And this category was worth 10 points.
I really enjoy the potential that Yogo Girl Dress has for zero waste. I think it's actually a really good translation of how to use leggings to repurpose it for a top, and getting those poofy sleeve up at the top is going to really use up some of that extra material from the leggings. I think you could even really utilize that existing hem of the full original skirt to also make construction even easier on finishing the way that skirt stacks together.
I liked the Geometric Dreams pants because of the piecing and the paneling. You know, you could use pieces and prints from anything in any direction.
So the Ruby Flow pants were made out of the red vest. I think it would use up all of the fabric. So that's why they got a high score. But at the same time, I felt like maybe I should give them a lower score because I don't think you can make pants out of that top.
Cosmic and Carefree top, the larger sleeves probably uses more of the skirt. And also I really like how they took the one image from the other one and put it in the back.
So the athleisure flow dress seemed to use up all of the fabric again. I loved how they used the color from the pants on the pockets.
I really like the Knee Kiss floral pants because I can see the fullness of the original garment. The part that you cut out for the crotch line could also be used as a pocket. So I think that pant could really use every little last scrap of that skirt.
The low waist for me was hard to evaluate because some of the pieces, if somebody designed a top and a bottom, if you took them together, they might be low waist, but separately they might not be. Like the skirt might have used a lot of the scarf material, but the top only used it in accents.
You are so right, Tanya. So what I've decided is for future contests, if somebody creates a design with separates, the zero waste score will be evaluated for the whole outfit, and that score will apply both to the top and the bottom. So that's the future, but the present, we have a winner, and that winner is the Ruby Flow pants. Congratulations, Maria. You are the winner of the Waste Not, Want Not honorary title for the fall 2024 contest. Woohoo! And our next category is the Anyone, Anywhere category, which is about versatility. It's also worth 10 points. Let's see what the judges have to say.
I think the Ruby Flow pants are very versatile because it's a classic statement piece where you could dress it up, dress it down, office, casual, wear it with a tank top to the beach, get drinks, go to the museum. You could wear it with a button down and go close your deals in the office. I think those pants would be very versatile.
So the bubble bottom dress, it would fit a lot of different shapes because you can hide a little flaws that you don't like about your body. easily in that kind of a dress.
I like the twilight trousers for versatility because of the fullness of the pant. They could be worn by any age and size because of that. And also you could adjust the waistline to give more coverage, or you can make the waistline lower to give less coverage.
For the Paradise Flow top, the flowy top can always fit many people very easily because it kind of works with any shape.
I think the sunlit halter top is really versatile because I could imagine people wearing it on its own, but also over existing garments like a tank top, a shirt, a dress. I could also see it being worn casually or a brunch, wedding. I think it'd be a really great travel top.
We had so many we had like 5 contenders right within 2 points of each other on this one. But we do have a winner by 1 point. Surprisingly, the winner for this category was not anyone's favorite, but the cumulative score, the highest cumulative score was for the white tiger top. Congratulations, Mia. Our next category is easy to make. And this category is worth twice as much, so both the other two combined 20 points. Let's hear what the judges have to say.
The Island Gold trim top, I mean, it basically is a shirt turning into a shirt with just adding trim to it. So it makes it very easy to make.
The Paradise Flow top would be easy to construct. You have it laid out quite well with the flat sketch of where those cutting and stitches would end up being.
The fact that it wasn't form-fitting made it seem like it would be easy to make.
So the crimson midriff top, you don't have to be too worried about exact fit.
There's not a whole lot of sewing going on.
A few stitches would put this top together.
The summer rose skirt seemed like a pretty simple construction.
Don't have to reinvent the wheel with that one.
The winner of our easy to make category is the summer rose skirt. Congratulations, Holly. Now it's time for our most important category, which is creativity and originality. And this category is worth 30 points. So if a design does well in this category, it can really tip the scales in that favor. Let's see what the judges have to say.
I love the floral fusion jumpsuit because it used colors really nicely. I love that it's a one-piece thing as opposed to all the separates.
The studs and blooms top, I like the fitted part of the vest and then the flare and the flowiness of the sleeves. And I also really like the lacing and the detailing in front. It's really interesting without being like overwhelming.
I thought the twilight trousers were very original because a lot of time you see that sort of palazzo looser pant in a single layer of material. So to have it layered, and to me that means you would use up all that material, which makes it less wasteful. But also it makes it more interesting. It's gonna have more movement and flow. The tiered patterning of the materials I think would also be moving on their own in a fun way as you walk.
Right. I love the Ocean Whisper skirt because I thought it was a very innovative way to use a hoodie in a skirt. It didn't look like a hoodie anymore. And I always find it very interesting when people completely transfer something that I can't even tell what it was before.
So Cosmic and Carefree top, I really liked how they took one of the garments and used it for the sleeves, and then took like the graphic from another garment and used it in the center back. So I thought that was really unique.
I really enjoy the pretty and blue skirt because at first, when I looked at the sketch, I was envisioning like a denim, which is maybe something that we have seen before, but to do it out of the sweatshirt with the yellow materials with the red floral fitted in there, and also in a kind of evolving design as it moves from the back to the front and front to back. I thought that was a really clever way of updating both of those pieces.
But I like the way they pieced it and how they kind of did like collage pieces on top of the garment to give it more interest.
I think the bubble bottom dress is very original because imagining it from that skirt and the fabric coming together and the description of the patterning pieces.
It's very original. I haven't seen that silhouette in quite a while, but I think it's something that a lot of people can wear.
There's a lot of thought into how this thing would have its oomph. I think it would be a dramatic piece no matter what. I think it's a really exciting piece to think about making.
I just want to take a moment to say, like from the bottom of my heart, a huge thanks to all of my friends that took time out of their life to make sketches and share their ideas for upcycling with me. Okay, got that out of my system. The winner of the Creativity Award is the bubble bottom dress. Evelyn, congratulations. You rocked it. You are so creative. I love that about you. Okay, now it's time for our winners. We're gonna do audience favorite first. And this was a tricky category. These were the contenders and they were all tied. And I know I said I'd be the tiebreaker, but then I looked around and these are all my friends and I didn't wanna have to choose between my friends. I took the highest score from the judges for your selection of favorites. And the winner is the Geometric Dreams pants. Congratulations, Kelly. And Kelly, for those of you who've been following along, she was our judge in the last contest. So she's awesome. She's really given a lot of time. She cares about sustainability. She's incredibly creative. Thank you so much, Kelly, for playing along. Just huge love to you. Okay. And I'll be making your outfit after I do the winner, which is next. We have the winner, and we've heard what the judges have to say in every category. So the winner of the Ultimate Zero Budget Upcycle Fashion Design Sketch Contest Fall 2024 is the Yoga Girl dress. Congratulations, Mia. So if you're thinking this is fun and you'd like to play along, I would be so stoked to have you join me. So this is, at this point, just my friends that are entering my contest. So I dream of the day when somebody I don't know will actually send an entry into me. So if you want to make my dreams come true, please stick around. The next contest is going to be Bridgerton inspired. Here's a little preview of the garments we'll be designing with. And of course, I'll have a whole video on it where you can see them in more detail when we get ready to do the contest. Not costumes, modern day clothes people can wear inspired by Bridgerton, made out of athletic wear. Because it just makes me laugh to say all that. I can't wait to see what you do. If you enjoyed this, you might enjoy checking out the winner from our last contest and seeing how that dress turned out.